Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to show you how to quickly search for text in files on your Mac. I'm going to be using the grep command, which is a command that's also available on Linux, so if you're a Linux user, this tutorial would apply to you as well. So the first thing I'm going to start is basic search. So I have this directory here called randomness, and in it I have a multiple subdirectories, and each of those subdirectories has a random text files, and each of these files have random sentences in there that contain names of fruits. So in this first search, I'm going to show you how to search just for a single string into a single file. And to do that, all we need to do is run grep. And then in quotes, you're going to put the string that you're searching for. So in my case, I'm going to search for the string plum. And once you have your search word typed, all you need to do is give path to where your file is. So I'm gonna just pick a random directory with a random file in it from my randomness here. So I'm gonna say randomness, and then I'm gonna go to, let's say, directory grapefruit. And then in the directory grapefruit, I'm gonna search in a file called, let's say, kiwi. So I'm gonna go ahead and press enter. And as you can see, we have one match here. I don't like plum. So we have one line that contains the word plum. One thing that's very important about grep is that grep command by default is case sensitive. So if I run this exact same command, but instead of lowercase p, I replace this with uppercase p, and then go ahead and run the command, you'll see that there will be no matches. And that's because, again, it's case sensitive. If you want to ignore case sensitivity, all you have to do is pass the parameter -i. So if I go ahead and run the command like this now, I will get the result that I'm looking for. So since I'm ignoring case sensitivity, uppercase plum and lowercase plum are considered the same string. The next thing I want to show you is how to search in a multiple files. So I'm going to go ahead here and I'm going to run this same command. So grapefruit, lowercase plum in randomness, grapefruit and kiwi. But then I'm going to add another file here. So I'm going to search through two files. And let's see if the file that I pick will contain the word plum. So I'm going to go ahead and say, let's see, I'm going to pick a file called pear. Search in pear. And as you can see, it only returns that grapefruit kiwi. So it only returns that the word plum is in file kiwi. So let's try another one. So instead of pear, I will pick a banana. There we go. Now you can see that we have 3 hits on the word plum. So we have one in the file kiwi, and we have 2 other ones in the file banana. You can add as many files as you want and search through them, but once you add more than 2 or 3 files, it kind of gets somewhat complicated. So in that case, we can search recursively. So let's go ahead and run our command again, but this time, instead of searching into our grapefruit directory for a single or multiple files, we're just going to search for a string in the entire randomness directory. So that will go through every single directory in it and every single file in that directory, and it will pull the result that we're looking for. So to do that, all we need to do is pass the -r parameter. So I'm going to go ahead here and again run grep, but this time I'll say -r. Then I'm going to search for, let's say this time we're going to search for the word apple, and followed by the path. So again, I'm going to search in the randomness directory, and I'm going to go ahead and clear my screen so we can see better here. And if I go ahead and press enter, I misspelled grep, so let's go fix that. There you go. Now if I clear my screen and press enter, you can see that it found a lot of hits, right? We have apple and starfruit raspberry and grapefruit raspberry and raspberry pomegranate, and the list keeps going. But if you notice one thing here is, in our case right now, it doesn't only show me the results with apple, it also shows me lines that contain pineapple. And that's because the way you passing the command, it searches for the string apple. So any string that contains apple in it will be displayed here. So if we want to filter out further and only show the exact word apple, then we're going to use the W parameter. So I'm going to go back here at the beginning and I'm going to add W right after my R. So now grep's gonna search recursively for the specific word. So I'm gonna clear my screen again, and I'm gonna run the command with W this time. And as you can see, now we only get the files that contain the word apple. Everything that had pineapple in it got filtered out. Another good flag that grep command has is -n. -n would show you where exactly in the file the word that you're looking for is located. So if I go ahead and run the command like this with rnw, again, that will do recursive for a specific word, and it will list the line number. So let's go and run it and see what happens. There you go. Now you can see that, for example, in the directory pair in the file apple, we have apple on line 10. And we can quickly go and check and see if that's the case, just to confirm. So we will cat randomness. We said it was pair and file apple. I'm gonna cat this file, and if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we can see that on line 10 we have I don't like apples. Another neat thing that you can do with grep is you can pipe it into another grep command. So right now, as you can see, we get all the sentences here. So for example, I don't like apple, I like to eat apple, my favorite fruit is apple. Well, what if you want to pick all the ones that have the don't? So all the ones that say I don't like apple. What you can do is you can pipe your results into another grep command. But this time, we're going to pull only the ones that contain the word don't. Like this. So if I go ahead and run it now, you're going to see that now we narrowed it down to only the files that contain the words don't and apple, and our list is much, much shorter. And the last thing that I want to show you, and that's probably like my most favorite way using the grep command, is filtering out output from a log files. To do that, I'm going to run the log stream on my Mac. I actually need to put some space here. And as you can see, my Mac is producing tons of logs in here. But what if I only want to search for a specific log, not all this, because it's just too much information, right? I'm going to go ahead and stop it. And what I will do is I will pipe in that log into a grep command, and I will search for a specific string that they only want to watch for. So let's say I'm going to search for error. I'm going to go ahead and press enter, and hopefully we see some error. And there you go. Now we got two little logs here that are showing max error, but that's not exactly what we're looking for. We're actually looking for the actual word error. So I will rerun my command, but like we learned before with the parameter W, but I'm gonna add one more here. I'm gonna add -I for case insensitive, because I believe usually the error in the logs will be with uppercase. So let's run it this way. So W for a single word, that way we'll avoid things like max error, and I for case insensitive. So let's go ahead and run it again. And now you can see we're getting way more logs. So we see only the error logs that are coming through our log stream. And this is how you use the grep command. I hope this video was helpful to you. If you liked it, please click on the like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, please go ahead and subscribe for my channel. Thank you for watching.